What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you information covering the madness happening on 3 different servers as my phone disappears there, just there. That was my cat Jojo as well. We've got the Korean server, the Japanese server, and the global server of One Piece Treasure Cruise dropping a lot of interesting information. Let's begin with Nekomamushi and Inu Arashi, the dual legend that people voted for, the ones using their brain voted for, as opposed to Legend Nami and Robin, which is the one people voted for with their penises. So thank you very much to the people that voted for Neko and Inu. I personally voted for Neko and Inu. I would have gone for Kid and Killer as the second option because, you know, when are they ever going to do a Kid and Killer dual legend? I don't think it's ever going to happen at this rate, but you never know. It could still happen. But Neko and Inu Arashi is going to be the anniversary legend for the Korean server. It's also going to be tied up with Quick Whitebeard. So good stuff. Hoping Quick Whitebeard comes to Japan sometime soon. He is a very, very, very powerful legend. Global are loving him right now. But on top of that, some extra news was announced, allegedly speaking. I found this information on Toadski's comment section, so thank you to the person who left that comment there. His name is in Korean, so I actually can't read it, so I do apologize if you happen to watch this video. But this person said, he or she said, that there are going to be some big quality of life updates. And these quality of life updates, as you can see under Neko and Inu, are selling items on the results screen. So if you got fodder, baby turtles you want to get rid of, you could off them straight away. I love that. I freaking love that. Quality of life, mwah, mwah, mwah. I really wish they came to Japan because we don't have auto battle. Auto battle is one of the things that I wanted on Japan for ages, and they even have it on Extra Island on global now. And we don't have it on Japan. Sort it out. Please, Japan, sort it out. You can now stack turtles, which is huge. In my box, I probably have like 200 turtles worth of box space consumed. That is going to disappear when turtles can stack, which is very, very, very big for the Korean server. Naturally, if it goes to the Korean server, there's a very, very high chance it will go to the global server as well, but not necessarily likely for the Japan server. I don't know why it works like that, but that's just the way it works, and that makes me very sad. And then the big 2 updates here is powering up your characters with now from 5 to 10 items, which is going to save a bunch of time, and you can now sell up to 20 instead of 10 items. Really, really nice quality of life updates, and I cannot wait. I say I cannot wait as if it's going to come to Japan. There's no guarantee it's going to come to Japan. No guarantee it's going to come to global, although I can say 95% certain that it will happen to global. It's 100% going to happen to Korea. If these quality of life updates are accurate anyway, they will be happening. And then the final one is going to be able to rerun the adventure as soon as you clear it, which is very, very cool as well. So how that would work is once you beat, for example, Fortnite, you can select your friend captain straight away, like another friend captain straight away after you've defeated your content that you're doing, and then go straight back in as opposed to going back to the main menu, which is very, very, very nice. Very good quality of life updates. Neko and Inu, off the top of my head, their dual captain is something along the lines of based on your previous tap timing, you have a 3.5 times to a 4 times attack boost, which is pretty good. I would not say it's OP because, you know, we have 4.5 times Luffy and Law now, which is OP. And then their special is actually very good. They also have like very similar to V2 Law. Depending on the perfects you hit, you heal X amount during your recovery. I did not see anything about a HP boost from what I saw in the leak, so not going to be a tanky captain it seems. They might have maybe damage reduction passives or something like that, but the switchability I believe is the same as Luffy and Ace. So removes orb block, removes despair, switches your orb into matching, and that kind of good stuff. And then I think reduces paralysis maybe. Let me just double check that. And yeah, reduces 1 turn of paralysis as well. They will boost strike and cerebrals from 3.5 to 4 times depending on tap timing, and then make strength and size slots count as matching. So they've literally taken strength Inu and Sai Neko, bam them together, interestingly enough. Unless Inu is the side character and Neko is the strength character, it's very possible. But otherwise, it's a bit, you know, lazy typing, but there you go. Their special is, however, very, very good. Boost strike and cerebral characters attack and color affinity by 1.75 times for 1 turn. Becomes Neko and Inu for 3 turns, and if you tap 2 perfects, just 2, not necessarily consecutively either, boost strike and cerebral characters orbs by 2.25 the following turn. Now, that is an interesting special. It's 3 different boosts, although one of them is the following turn. So it's kind of like 2.5 boosts in one turn, as my phone screen disappears again and you see the scary JoJo photo there. So Neko and Inu is an interesting unit. We don't know the full information yet, so I'm going to wait to make a video on that, you know, when everything comes out and the whole batch comes out. I'm assuming there's going to be a big Minx batch, potentially dual character Minx. That would be awesome if that was the case, but at the same time they might just not release any batch with them as well. It's also very, very possible. But thank you again to the people that voted for Neko and Inu and did not vote with their penis and voted for Legend, Nami and Robin. I made a video specifically saying please do not vote for Legend, Nami and Robin, and so many people were just like, you know, thinking about the big personalities, and it was just not it. We have enough fan service in the game, guys. I know you guys love the fan service, but it's all about the furry fiesta, alright? I'm not a furry, but they're cool characters. He's a freaking huge cat with a lance or like a spear, like a thunder spear that likes lasagna. Lasagna, alright? Anyway, Korean server aside, that is information that came out from an IRL event. It was a live panel hosted by people working for the Korean server Bandai OPTC team. So that's very cool, which then ties me back into what's happening on Global. 28th of May, Global is going to have a live stream for the Lucky Dip event, which was happen on Japan for the Katakuri and V2 Luffy event, or V2 Gear 4 Luffy event, the Snake Man one. And on that live stream, if you didn't see it, on the Japanese version, there was, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but there was a female host who was supposedly, or apparently, she said something like, "I'm sorry, my boobs aren't big enough." That is probably not going to happen on the Global live stream, but what is going to happen on the Global live stream is naturally people are going to be drawing from the Lucky Dip, and that means you're going to have access to people working at Bandai on Global. That's pretty huge. If you think about it, that is pretty huge. You get to see the faces behind the scenes, or the faces that will be on the scene at the time. And yeah, that is going to be interesting stuff. Do make sure you tune into that live stream, because you might get lucky. You might win 1,000 gems. And I'm sure there's going to be other good stuff happening in that live stream as well. Just like Japan, I think they're going to be doing giveaways. That is just what I'm assuming, but I'm not 100% certain. But that is pretty big. You finally get to see who's behind the scenes. You know, Japan was the same. Everyone was very excited to see that there were actual human beings working on the game, because, you know, sometimes the game does not go the right way, and, you know, people want to see the faces behind those decisions. Not necessarily saying the people who are going to be on that live stream are behind those decisions, because the person who drew the lots back then, I don't think had anything to do with what was happening on Japan. But that aside, last but not least, I think, last but not least, is the video I promised in January. Not sure if anyone remembers. Hopefully no one remembers, but you know, I may or may not have said for like 3 months running that I would upload a tier list, and it's currently May. 5 months into the year, 4 months late. You guys finally get to see the tier list I made in January, or maybe I made it even in February at this point. But this is incredibly outdated. As you can see, there's no Luffy in Law, there's no V2 Big Mom, there's no V2 Mihawk, no V2 Zoro. And this is for captains only, by the way, guys. Take it with a really, really big pinch of salt. And what I would say, the reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because it's going to be useful for people on Global. Obviously, you guys don't have Carrot yet on Global, neither do you have Barto and Cavendish. I've had to record this like 3 times because I kept saying Dex, Barto and Cavendish, but I'm not going to say it this time. I will not say it, just Barto and Cavendish. I know Barto and Cavendish and Carrot aren't currently available on the game, but this tier list is incredibly outdated. This was my opinion in around late January or early February, and I think that's pretty solid for your captains. So the meta that will be coming to Global when Snake Man and V2 Katakuri hit, it's gonna be very, very, what's the word? You're gonna want to have a lot of damage, you're gonna want to be tanky, and you want to have powerhouse units. And that's why the 3 powerhouse captains are in S1. As you can see, Snake Man, powerhouse fighter, Katakuri, powerhouse fighter, Marco and Whitebeard, both powerhouse units. Powerhouse is going to have a really big buff with this batch. And it's a good thing and also a bad thing, because I think Powerhouse are now going to fall off with the new Luffy and Law batch. But having said that, I don't want to discourage people from pulling on the V2 Katakuri and Snake Man Sugo Fest. So if you are on Global and you're wondering whether or not you should be pulling, because I know Carrot is not available on this as well, and when it came out on Japan, Carrot was available, and I believe there was a battle where she was rated up as well. Carrot is a really good legend. For me personally, she is my most used legend, followed by Buggy, because, you know, Buggy, I literally use Buggy every single day to dupe something. Like, you know, just a simple gem island, 0 stamina, 5 stamina, one of those islands like Socket Tome Islands. Always use Buggy. And then followed by that, I would genuinely say those three, Snake Man, V2 Katakuri, Whitebeard, and Marco. When all of that Invasion Sengoku memes was happening, all of those difficult Colosseums came around, those three legends I relied on a lot of the time. Of course, Carrot, for anything I wanted to speedrun, it was always going to be Carrot. But I'm not going to go into you know, specific details of why I put every single legend here. This is just a very brief overview of which captains I think were the best at the time. As you can see, this isn't even 6+ Big Mom, which is available on Global. V2 Whitebeard is also, or Quick Whitebeard is also available on Global as well. And yeah, I really do think that these three are going to be the best on Global for quite a long time, at least for the next 4 to 6 months. Until Carrot comes out, I do think Carrot can contest the #1 spot. If you don't want to take into, you know, objectivity of being able to clear everything, because Carrot can't do forests. Once you deduct the forests and you just do Colosseums and you look at raids and you look at Fortnites and just speedrunning content, then Carrot is head and shoulders above everybody else, in the sense that she's almost game breaking, if not just full on game breaking. Just like Lucy was, just like Timeskip Luffy was, just like V1 Akainu was, Strongworld Ace, Log Luffy, and Nekomamushi were when they all came out. But having said that, if you have Tank Man already, the Gear 4 V2, the quick version, I don't think you need to pull. I think Snake Man is more than enough. Snake Man, very good. Even after Luffy and Law release, I do think you can make an argument that Snake Man is equally as good as them, depending on the content you're doing, because Snake Man is actually quite a fast captain. Cooldown reduction in his kit, you have beneficial orbs in his kit, you have no switch ability in his kit, meaning you don't have to constantly switch and lose a few seconds doing that every single time. So that is something to keep in mind. V2 Katakuri, Whitebeard, and Marco, a lot slower but very safe captains. But it's worth noting that V2 Katakuri has already been nerfed because he was so overpowered. They have introduced this new nerf whereby the damage you can do has to come from your base attacks only. You can't do any extra tap timing damage, can't do HP cuts, which is also a big nerf to Whitebeard and Marco. So, you know, take this tier list with a grain of salt, especially if you're in Japan. This is nowhere near accurate anymore. On Global, I would say this is relatively accurate, in my opinion anyway. And then this is the A tier. I demoted a lot. I'm going to demote so many of these legends when it comes to the Japanese tier list. I'm actually planning to move Brook up, because as time passes and as more very difficult content comes out with all these stupid new debuffs, Brook is becoming MVP for so many people, because when you die, you get rid of all your debuffs, and when you revive, all those debuffs are gone. And Brook is very good in that sense. In fact, I would say he could make it even to the top of A tier. Looking at this list, because I don't see any of these legends, literally I do not see any of these legends used on Japan anymore. On my friends list anyway, and other people's like content creators videos, I do not see anyone using any of these legends, even if they have a good color affinity, because simply thinking about it, guys, we have over 70 legends in this game. That is absurd. Combined with the global and the Japanese legends, 70 legends. 70! That's so freaking many. How many do I have in S tier? Let's just take a quick look. I think this is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In A tier, we have got, what's that, 5, 10, 15, 16. So, you know, that's 30 legends in the maybe, just under 30 legends, or just over 30 legends. Was it 30? No, we have 29 legends in, well, what I have put in this tier list in A and S tier. That's going to change drastically now that I've missed out on like a good 6 to 7 legends. Who have I missed since then? On S tier, we don't have Luffy and Law, we don't have V2 Big Mom, V2 Mihawk, Katakuri, not Katakuri, Cracker, we don't have V2 Zoro here. Sanji and Judge. There's a bunch of legends here that, you know, deserve to be in S tier that I just simply don't have in here because this was made in January 2019 or February 2019. That might be a typo there, but regarding all of that tier list stuff, I will hopefully upload a video, but please guys, don't expect me to cover all 70 legends. It's not going to happen. Even if I spend like 45 seconds or 1 minute on every single legend, which is most likely not going to happen because it normally takes at least 1 to 3 minutes to talk about each individual legend, why they're good, or why I personally think they're good. That video is going to be over 1 hour long, and I do not want to make a video that's over 1 hour long. I don't think anyone wants to watch a video of me talking about legends, which is over 1 hour long. Everybody knows that V1 Boa is not a good legend. We all know 6+ Sengoku is hot garbage. I know there are some 6+ Sengoku memes out there, but I'm sorry, you have to accept the fact he is hot garbage. He's just not it anymore. He used to be okay back in the day for Fortnites, and then Neptune came around and stole his throne, and now we have stuff like Neptune EX. The game state it's all over the place. I kind of like it though. I just finished Kizuna Kessen. I gotta say, I love this game mode. Kizuna Kessen, or Bond Battle, has been the best update for gameplay wise by an absolute mile. This is treasure map mode without the map, right? Doesn't that just sound great? It sounds terrible actually, but treasure map mode without the map, meaning you don't have any stupid mini bosses, so you can run 1, 2, 3 teams at most because you have a rotation of what the bosses on Kizuna Kessen, which is okay. A lot of the time the teams overlap with the units. You only have a list of 6 or 7 boosted units, and you don't necessarily need those boosted units to get quite far. Brook coming in MVP, by the way, for the Kizuna Kessen, for the people that go into like level 100. You have insane rewards. Like, the rewards are so good. I cannot express. Tablets after limit break potions, 4-star universal skill books, cotton candy, socket tomes for days. Literally for days. And you get them like this. Like, it happens so fast. It's such a good game mode. No mini bosses, no tedious minimap, no stupid loading times. You know, rapido, and I freaking love it. It's finished, it's coming back 26th of May, and the unit you get is freaking amazing as well. So, I hope it comes to global very soon. Probably going to come in around 4 to 6 months time. Look forward to it, guys. V2 Snake Man and Katakuri, not V2 Snake Man, Poggers. No leak here, guys. Snake Man and V2 Katakuri coming to global. Should you be pulling on that Sugo Fest? If you do not have Gear 4 Tank Man, in fact, if you don't have anybody on this S tier list here, if you don't have anyone above S3, then pull. If you do have either one of Tank Man, V2 Sabo, or V3 Sabo, Monka S, Dex Sabo, let's call him Dex Sabo. You don't have V2 Sanji, Carrot, well, you won't have Carrot, but if you don't have V2 Kainu, Luffy Ace, White Bit of Marco, then yeah, I think it's worth pulling on, because all of these legends will be available, other than Carrot and, I almost said it, guys, I almost said Dex, Barter, and Cavendish, but Barter and Cavendish, then it's worth pulling on, because, you know, they're just good. They're really, really good, and they're going to be really good for a long time, even as subs as well. Snake Man, top tier sub. V2 Katakuri, top tier sub. White Bin and Marco, top tier sub. Sabo, top tier sub. Tank Man, top tier sub. Sanji is the only one on there that's not really a top tier sub. He's just a very, very good captain that has an absurd amount of damage. And yeah, that is it from me, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys on the global side of the game. On Japan, we are going to be getting an Oda unit. I think Eiichiro Oda is going to be a unit in game. We're also going to be getting a new Luffy, which is going to be, you know, like just a very basic unit. It's going to be like a fancy dress unit, I believe, but nothing too special. And then we do have also Treasure Map Shanks and Beckman, who are an interesting looking unit. They look pretty good, but also have an interesting condition. But I'll talk about that in the future. But from that, I'm out of breath. This is like my 4th take of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Like, the information you heard here was helpful. I'm running out of breath. I'm stuttering now. So yeah, it's time for me to go. But first of all, or last of all, last but not least, remember guys, to hashtag Danka Bandai, because it works. It works with a Bellissimo. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good luck if you're pulling on the Treasure Map Sugo Fest on Japan. Good luck if you're pulling on the V2 Katakuri and Snake Man Sugo Fest, and good luck for the anniversary on Korea as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and bye-bye. Why did I do that with my left hand? Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and bye-bye.